welcome everyone to a special CV and LinkedIn online workshop. Get noticed, get hired. For our guest information, we are from Toastmasters International, founded in 1924, empowering individuals across the globe to become more effective communicators and leaders. Tonight, we will learn building an impactful CV, stand out in LinkedIn, creating your own brand. We will also have the opportunity to ask questions or clarify points during the Q&A session. We are also lucky to have a special guest talking about an upcoming grand event for Toastmasters, the District Toastmasters Annual Conference, Abu Dhabi 2026, happening next month. To ensure a smooth flow of our program, just a few reminders for everyone. Let us allow our trainer to finish all the topics and leave your questions during the Q&A session, until which kindly keep your mic muted until the chance to speak. We also encourage turning on your cameras, especially when you are talking, and of course, towards the end for a group photo. And now, let's meet our esteemed speaker/trainer. Our speaker is a distinguished HR leader with 22 years of corporate experience across leading organizations, including ADNOC, a recipient of Global HR Excellence Award, a ProSci certified change management practitioner, NLP practitioner, and licensed executive and career coach. She is the founder of RK Lifestyle Development Consultants and an award-winning Toastmasters or Toastmasters leader based in Abu Dhabi. Having empowered 500 plus professionals to elevate their executive presence, she lives by her guiding belief: the key to your success are within you. Seize your keys. Please welcome, with a virtual applause or heart, Toastmaster Razia Khatoon, SHRM SCP.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Angelo, for that heartwarming introduction. I couldn't have been introduced better. A very warm good evening to everyone present here. It's indeed a pleasure to meet everyone online today. Before I start my presentation, a quick confession, an honest one with all of you today. I am guilty. Why? Because in my HR career, I have come across numerous resumes, numerous CVs, and I have rejected so many. I have ghosted so many. I have ignored so many. I have interviewed only a few, shortlisted even fewer, and selected the best who matched the requirement. So today, when I am here in front of all of you, I want to open up my heart to each one of you who is on the job search journey, because from the HR insider's point of view, where each one of you is struggling to meet the matching requirements. And I'm sure by the end of this presentation today, you will be more confident, you will be more organized, and then you will be more aware on how to apply optimally, what to work on your resume, how to work on your LinkedIn profile to create your effective personal brand. So before I start, a quick question from each one of you. And yes, we will have a lot of interaction during this presentation, during this workshop, and I want 100% participation. So how many of you have a resume? Great. And how many of you have a CV? Oh, wonderful. And how many of you have looked into your resume over the past 3 to 6 months? Actually, I see a couple of yeses, a couple of no's. How many of you have looked into your LinkedIn profile over the past 3 to 6 months? Okay, so I have the right audience. I'm excited because we are going to fill the gap today. And I'm sure after tonight, you are going to look into your resume, you're going to look into your CV, you're going to look into your LinkedIn profile with more intention. All right. So allow me to share my presentation. I have compiled it with a lot of efforts, putting all my thoughts and experiences which I have gained throughout my experiences. It's a brief one. And I'm sure with this presentation, you will be really, really enjoying the journey. It is a simple one, but it has the few highlights which you will definitely enjoy. Okay, so Toastmaster Maria, allow me to share it because I will be able to control.
Okay, just
Yeah.
a second. I'm up.
Fine.
Try again, Toastmaster Razia.
Yeah, please give me a heads up if it is.
Yes,
Yes,
it is visible.
perfect. So I have named my online presentation or online workshop at Resume and LinkedIn Mastery. I have a couple of slides here. First, we'll focus on resume hacks, some of the resume facts which you need to follow. We will have a few hacks on LinkedIn, and then we will have a 7-day action plan for each one of you, right? I will not leave you without an action plan so that you start working on it within the 7 days. And if you have any questions beyond this presentation today, you are free to call me anytime. So get noticed and get hired, a very powerful quote. Yes, we all want to get noticed, get hired. And here I will continuously speak on being visible because that is what is really a block and a struggle for us because we are not being visible to the recruiters. And we as HR professionals, honestly, we have moved from a transactional role to a very strategic role. Okay. Now we are not gatekeepers anymore. We are enablers. We want the best fits from the industry. And we want to give an opportunity to each of the candidate to present his self and herself to us. But where is the block? Because many of you, you have the potential, but you're not visible to us. Somehow your resume doesn't come to us. Your LinkedIn profile doesn't stand out. So today, that is the gap we are going to fill. All right. So there's a small story I would like to start with. You see the aircraft model here. It was presented to me in my first job in year 2004. I started my career in the aviation industry, and this was a souvenir that was gifted to me by my HR director. And he taught me a very important rule at that time. It is 22 years back, and he told me it's a resume takeoff rule. Every time he would reject a candidate, I would feel bad because I had just joined the company, I had started my career, and I would feel bad for every candidate who get rejected. Then he asked him one day, why we have to reject candidates? He said that a pilot, before a takeoff, he goes through 127 checks so that the flight is safe and secure. How come a candidate does not check his resume 5 or 10 times before applying to us? Doesn't he want his career to take off? And that particular analogy, 22 years back, has stuck to me till today. And that is the reason why I'm here in front of all of you. What is in it for you? We will see that. What is in it for me is to tell you why this resume takeoff rule is very important. Just like the pilot who does a lot of tests, 127, it's important for each one of us to test our resume, our LinkedIn profile before applying to any job, so that at the end of the journey, we need to have a good career takeoff, right? So today, the three important points of the agenda are resume, LinkedIn profile, and the 7-day plan. And we will tick off the boxes by the end of this presentation. So beginning with the resume mastery. The gold standard resume format. Now in my career, I have come across many people who want a standard resume format. This is the best time to leverage artificial intelligence with human intelligence. Now you know that ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, every artificial intelligence tool is helping us to create wonderful resume. But then you as a human have to give prompts to artificial intelligence, right? So it's a beautiful time to leverage both the intelligence. Now, the 5-step formula whenever you are creating a gold standard resume, understand that you have to be clear. Who are you? That is what you have to project on your resume. Be relevant, what all you have done. Be impactful, proof and numbers have to be there. And I will continuously tell you the importance of highlighting the numbers in your resume. Be concise, short, and sharp. We as recruiters, we have just a couple of seconds to scan through your resume very honestly. So we don't have time to go through your resume 5 to 6 pages. And then be consistent. This is where the problem is. The resume and the LinkedIn profile of a particular candidate are never aligned. This is where we need to work upon. So I have brought to you a very beautiful format, a resume that is very ATS friendly, very simple, very clear. It is like pleasing to the eyes and it gives all the details of the candidate. So you can see the resume format, very simple, right? The name of the candidate, the title of the candidate, where she is located, the phone number, her email address, her LinkedIn profile. Then she gives a professional summary, which is very important for the people who are already having a corporate experience. For people who are freshers, you can put a career objective in the beginning of the page. Then she has put the areas of expertise, her professional experience as the heading first, and then she has put the bullets. If you see the bullets, she has used powerful action verbs. She has used percentages. You see how metrics have been incorporated in her resume, and it's so attractive. And then she comes to her education, her skills, the certificates and membership, and awards and achievements. A very simple format, one layout. It doesn't have any complication. And this is the format these days is the most acceptable format as per the industry best practices. Give me a thumbs up if you're liking this format. Great. Moving ahead. Now we will decode this gold standard resume format. Okay. So whenever you are sitting down to prepare your resume, I have put this down into small steps and it will be easy for you to even write it down. Like, when you put your thoughts there, okay, fine, this is what I have to write in my resume. So your full name has to come, your job title, your location, phone number, your email address, LinkedIn handle is the most part over here, and then your visa status. These days, we as recruiters, we look forward to understand the visa of the particular candidate. So if you're on a visit visa, if you're on a resident visa, even golden visa, you can mention that on the top of your heading. Then you come to your professional summary. Professional summary is the most important part of the resume on the top part, and I will tell you the neuroscience behind it. It's very important for you to understand. So what is the formula of this professional summary? You put your title, you put the X years of experience you're having, which region you are in, UAE, GCC, what results you have delivered, what are you known for, what is your core strength, and what value you are bringing to the company. So this is a professional summary formula which you need to follow. Areas of expertise, yes, it is very important because I as a recruiter want to know what are your core areas, what are your areas of strength. So please mention that. Then you will mention about professional experience. And it's also very simple. You put the job title, you put the company name, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, where you are in, which country you are in, and then the date format, month, year to present. Then you put your second work experience, company name, Abu Dhabi, UAE, and then again the same format, month, year, and then the duration. You put your achievement with metrics. You use a action verb, what you did, plus the results. You put education. Again, you put the university name, the country where you qualified from, and the year. You put your skills. It's very important. It may be hard skills, it may be soft skills. And again, it is very important to refer to a job description whenever you are writing a resume for a particular role. I cannot emphasize enough the candidates who fail because they have been applying with a generic resume meant for all the jobs. No, it is not working anymore these days. Every time you find a job interesting, you have to sit down, you have to customize, you have to tailor make your resume, go through the job description, find the keywords in that job description, copy those in your resume. and then apply. That is the best practice these days. Of course, you're not going to lie. Of course, you're not going to fake. You're going to copy what you feel is aligned to your skills. Okay. Job description is a very important document which we design with a lot of efforts. It's a haze method generally, and we put a lot of know-how, problem solving, accountability when we design a job description. It's very aligned to what we request or what we expect from a new fit in the organization. So always try to align your resume with the job description. And then you put the certifications and memberships and the awards and the recognitions which you have achieved. So far, are you okay with the decoding? Is it simple? It's easily understandable? Right? Give me a thumbs up, please, because I really want to understand from you. Any questions you are having, please note it down. We'll discuss towards the end. Great. Moving ahead. A few facts today after this presentation. You should be very clear with few terminologies which are used in recruitment, and you as a candidate should be known. How many of you know the difference between a CV or resume? And it's very interesting. How many of you know there's a difference between CV or resume? Okay, let me help you. Okay, so CV, which is basically a Latin word, curriculum vitae. Okay, it is basically a long document. It may be extending from 2 pages to 10 pages. And more importantly, it's used for academics rather than corporate. So when you are a corporate person, when you're applying for corporate roles, okay, as most of us are, we call it a resume. A resume comes from a Latin word, and it is basically meaning to sum up. Okay, it's a short document, 2 to 3 pages at the maximum, and it's more intentional towards your specific role, your educational qualification, your professional summary. And it's used generally by professionals, corporate professionals. Okay, so I have written down the points here. The CV, it's a Latin word, comes from the Latin word. It means the course of life. Curriculum vitae means the course of life. It's a long document, 2 to 10 pages. It's in-depth education, professional career publications, affiliations, awards, honors, and accomplishments. So whenever you will see the PhD holders, whenever they're applying, they will always use a curriculum vitae because that is the document. It's an elaborate document which is needed in their academics. And then resume, I don't know how by these lines are coming, however. Resume is a French word. It means the to sum up. And it's a short 1 to page document. It basically includes skills, notable achievements, professional experience, education, and it is basically used for job applications. So today you are clear with the difference between CV and resume. Are you? Wonderful. Okay. Some facts. Here, this is very important for all of you to know. The UAE job market. Okay. Since we are continuously working in HR, we know about these things, but I want you to guess. Okay, I will just give you 1 second and you can unmute yourself and say the number if you feel like, or I will. Percentage of UAE workforce are expats. How many do you think? Anybody can unmute and say. Quick one, okay?
Someone said 80. Shahana said 80.
Very close. I have a very intelligent audience.
Jay said 95.
Oh, Jay, you're far beyond. All right. It's 88%. Wonderful. Excellent job, Jay. How did you know? You are in HR? Good. Average recruiter scan time. How much is it? It's in seconds. Let me help you out. How much? Any answers?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Okay, let me read some comments. Krishna said 2. TM Emerson said 7. Sandeep said 2 minutes. And Jomar said 5.
Wonderful. Many people are so close to it. It's 7.4 seconds. So generally we say it's 6 to 8 seconds a recruiter takes to scan your resume. See, these are so highlight. These are like mind-boggling facts. These are like we call brutal truths in HR. Percentage of hiring managers say fewer than half of applications received, they meet the job requirements. How many percentage of hiring managers say this? Quick one.
Jay
Fewer
said
than
75.
wow. Jay,
Jomar said
you saw my
25.
presentation.
Could be. Maybe I licked it. It's 77, very close.
77%, very close. Okay, now this is very interesting. How many of your peers are actively job hunting right now? So we have a tough competition. Do we have any answer, Angelo?
70.
Good, very close. All right, let me see. 72%. 72% of your peers are actively job hunting right now. So the competition is tough and you have to really stand out. So these are the brutal truths which should encourage you to adopt a bold strategy for yourself to get selected to be outstanding in the market, right? Especially this figure that a recruiter scans through a resume only for 6 to 8 seconds. All right, interesting facts. Did you like that? Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Good. Let's go ahead with the next one. So when I say a recruiter scans your CV for only these many seconds, what he or she is saying, or let me say what I am seeing in your resume. It's your job position, okay? It's your relevant experience, it's your key skills, your achievements and impact, clarity and readability of the entire resume, and a professional layout. Okay, so these are the key parameters which I am seeing in your resume. Even before reading a word, right, I will form an impression about your resume, and I will now take you to a few science facts, neuroscience facts. Okay, and this again is a really mind-boggling example because as candidates, we really don't care about it. But this is the fact which helps us to understand what is the science behind the selections. So 50 milliseconds. The resume speaks to the brain before the recruiter has even read a single word. So the moment I take a resume, 50 milliseconds, I will find it out that if I have to read this resume or not. The entire layout gives me an indication. Okay, so this is the neuroscience. So that is why readability, a very important layout is very important for your resume. If your resume looks messy, even without reading a word, I may put it into file number 13. Okay, the second neuroscience fact, contrast and chunking. Contrast means when you are having those texts, okay, that is a standard thing in your entire resume. But when I see those numbers, I feel attracted. Okay, I feel something new is there. That is how the mind thinks. So a contrast is very important. That's why I keep on telling everyone, please present your experience, your accomplishments in text as well in number matrix. And chunking means the beautiful paragraphs which you put, the beautiful bullets you put. The mind reads it as a very clear and organized layout. Okay, so C stand for contrast and chunking. FZ pattern, the visual impression. Now, this again is very interesting. When I read your resume, okay, for example, Toastmaster Sony has sent me his resume. I will read it, imagine, as F. Then I will go to the second, which will be a shorter length, and then I will read it in a straight line. So that is a standard pattern in which a recruiter reads a resume. And that is why it's very important for you to put a very smart professional summary, because that is the top portion of your resume. When you have an attractive professional summary, that falls in that F zone, and a recruiter would like to really read more of your resume. When I come to this F part, I really need to see all the bullets. I need to see those action verbs. I need to see those percentages. And that is where your resume will get shortlisted. If those are missing in the resume, khalas, it will again go to a discarded bin. Okay, so that is why it's very important. It's a F reading pattern or it's a Z reading pattern. Okay, so the recruiter reads it through Z and then comes down and then towards the end. So always when you are creating your resume, where you are designing your resume, keep this into consideration. The fourth one is primacy and recency. Again, a very important neuroscience. Primacy is the top part which a recruiter reads stays in the mind. Recency is the last part of the resume which the recruiter reads that stays in the mind. Okay, so this effect, how does it work? Primacy is where you are putting the professional summary. If it's very strong, it's very, very professional, it will be remembered by the recruiter. And when you put the last awards and achievements or your latest certifications, the recruiter will remember that as well. So that is why towards the end, when you put your awards and achievements, it's very important to put the latest ones. All right. So these are the 4 neuroscience, or you can say the brain hacks that help you to get your resume shortlisted. Fine? Clear on this? Give me a thumbs up if it's interesting and it's clear to you. Good. Thank you so much. Moving ahead. Now, everybody knows what is ATS, right? Right? Applicant Tracking System. And most of the companies these days are using this tool of applicant tracking system. Okay. So how does it work? You apply, resume is submitted, ATS scans, keyword is matching from the job description or not. ATS puts a score, percentage of match calculated. And then after that, it comes to human. And then the human sees only the top scorers. So that is why you have to be very meticulous when you are preparing your job description, sorry, your resume. Because if it is disregarded or rejected by ATS, it will not reach to a human or it will not reach to a recruiter. All right. So here I have put a few do's and don'ts to prepare an ATS friendly resume. And these are very, very important. Okay. So what are the ATS killers? What you need to avoid? Tables and a lot of text boxes. ATS can't parse. So what does it mean that you are putting multiple boxes? You are putting multiple text boxes. In that case, the ATS gets confused and it will not be able to include it in the selected or shortlisted resumes. Header footers with contact info. So when we see headers and footers, please don't put those in your resume. Okay, because again, ATS gets confused. If you're putting your name in a header, ATS will not be able to read it. Graphics, charts, logos on the resume. Please avoid that. Earlier, I believe 3 or 4 years back, there was a very trending CV format. It was in text boxes, but now it is no more acceptable because again, the companies are putting it through ATS. Non-standard section names. Instead of putting your professional journey, you put my journey. ATS will not be able to read that. And PDF formats in some areas are not accepted. So it's a very good idea that you save your resume in docx format. Generally, it's our recommendation that when you're applying directly, put it into a PDF format so that the formatting doesn't change. But when you are applying to a company website through a ATS, they will ask you to put a MS Word or docx document. So be careful in applying that. Okay. What you need to do to boost your resume to get filtered through ATS. Mirror exact keywords from the job description. I have told you earlier, and this is very important. Otherwise, your resume will get rejected. Standard headings, experience, education, skills. Very simple. Keep it standard. You don't need to put a lot of creativity into these. Simple bullet points, 1 column layout. Spell out abbreviations, just writing, instead of writing CRM, put CRM software, because CRM, again, it has a lot of meanings, right? Tailor every application, no generic resumes. So these are a couple of do's and don'ts of applicant tracking system, which we as candidates generally ignore. But then we have to suffer. So that is why please be conscious when you are applying through and you are putting your resume into perspective. A few HR insiders facts which I want to share with you is like 3-stack rule, which we generally follow as recruiters. 3-stack rule is when the resumes are into the shortlisting phase. Most of them get rejected, but when they are shortlisted, there will be 3 resumes I will be placing, okay? And I will be selecting amongst these 3, okay? So I will be comparing 3 resumes. Which one fits the best to the job description will finally go to the selection phase. So here, again, your role is to think about a very outstanding professional summary so that it is beyond those 2, okay? So these 3-stack rule is very important for you to understand that your professional summary has to be really powerful. The keyword mirror trick. Our brains, they love mirroring. ATS loves mirroring, okay? So always understand that whenever you have to prepare a resume, for a particular job, take the job description, mirror the keywords. Salary band awareness. These days, a couple of job applications, they write that what salary expectations you are having. When you're applying to LinkedIn, for sure they're asking, what are your salary expectations? Don't be like you don't know what are the salary expectations. Go to different sites, Glassdoor, Payscale, LinkedIn, Indeed. These websites, they will provide you a range which that job demands. Okay, not exactly the same, but approximately. Get that range. Don't ever quote a single figure. Get that range and put it into what are your salary expectations. So be aware, be informed. LinkedIn check happens first. Now, this is very important. I cannot emphasize more. Even when you are simply sleeping, your first silent interview is happening, and that is through LinkedIn. That is why, again and again, we say that please be active on LinkedIn. Please make your LinkedIn profile latest, updated with different certifications, with your achievements, with your thoughts, right? So, LinkedIn check happens first. Even before we do a lot of headhunting these days, and for example, my CEO comes and he says that I want this person and tells a name. How will I get his resume? Okay, so I will do a headhunting. What is the first source I will go to? LinkedIn, Google, right? And there I will get his details. I will send him an in-mail message that so and so, yeah, I've got your reference from so and I need your resume. Can we meet up? Right? So this is the way why LinkedIn is holding a lot of importance. Culture add over culture fit. Now, again, as I told you, HR has moved from a transactional role to a very strategic role. Earlier, it was the person should be culturally fit to the organization. These days, it's cultural add. What does it mean? You bring your own personality to the job. Okay, you are coming from a different country with different educational backgrounds, with different experiences, right? You become a personality to the culture of that company. You beautifully add to the essence of the DEI concept. Okay, so these are a couple of HR insiders. When you're applying for a job, you can add a bit of personality to the resume, to LinkedIn profile as well. Resume doesn't give us a lot of liberty to write many things, but LinkedIn does. And as I told you, LinkedIn is the first silent interview, much before a resume, right? So that's why you can add a bit of a personality to your LinkedIn profile. Great HR insiders hacks for you. Can we move ahead? Give me a thumbs up if it is interesting, if it was clear. Good. A lot of thumbs up. I'm happy. Oh, so quick tips. And these are a few resume hacks I have compiled for all of you, again, from my own practical experience. Over the years, I have been working in UAE. And how does it help you? You will understand it gradually. These are very simple, very basic points, but every time I see a resume, there's a pain in my heart that why didn't the candidate do like this to get shortlisted? Okay, so let us go through it. Clear, professional, single column, ETS optimized. Okay, tailored to the job description. A strong professional summary, which I have already told you. Key skills relevant to the role. Achievement with metrics. Now, here, what I mean is that wherever you're writing an achievement, quantify it. It should be like a percentage. It should be in cost savings, or it should be saving time. So it's all about operational efficiency. Versus duty dumping. Please stop writing your responsibilities in your experience. We all know what were your responsibilities, but make it more achievement oriented. And what is the formula? You put an action verb. I will tell you the action verbs. Action verb plus task plus measurable result formula. So that is how you put it in your experience. Concise bullets. Every bullet has 1 to 2 lines maximum. Don't write a long paragraph. Consistent formatting when it comes to the font, the bullet style, date format. I have seen so much in a resume. They have all types of date formats. Okay, first they are writing 1st of April 2026, then they will have April 1st, 2026, then they will have 2026 1st April. So please be consistent with a single format. Simple things, but still they add a lot of value to your resume. A few more. 1-page rule. If you have 0 to 5 years of experience, comprehend your resume into 1 page. More than 5 years, comprehend it into 2 to 3 pages at the maximum. Add your LinkedIn profile URLs. Reverse chronological format recommended whenever you are adding your experience. The first job comes first, the recent one which you are currently doing, and then the previous ones. For a person who has number of years of experience, please do not write the experiences of very, very, very previous jobs. It doesn't add any value or relevance to your resume. Add the 3 or 4 latest experiences if you have been, job hopping. Okay. Lead every bullet with a strong action verb. Use fonts like Calibri, Arial, Georgia, Helvetica, Verdana, Garamond, Times New Roman. 10 to 12 is the standard font size. Headings can be 14 to 16 because again it becomes ATS friendly fonts and easy to read. Save your resume by your full name. Write full name _ resume _ the job title you're applying for. Don't leave your document as a Word document unnamed because when it comes to us, then we have to rename it by your name. So a very professional approach is to name it the way I have told you. And use a very professional email ID. Footballlover@hotmail.com, beautifulgirl@gmail.com. Yeah, don't need to come up with such email addresses. Have a very professional email address, your first name, your last name, a few numbers if that account is already taken by somebody else. So you can have and you can build upon a professional email ID. A couple of more quick tips. Customize your resume for each job application. Add a cover letter. This is a very decent practice that you put a cover letter, not a very big one, but a very short one as to why you fit that role. Apply intentionally, Naukri Girl, Bait, LinkedIn, Indeed, company website, and referrals. And that is why it's very important to keep your resume updated in all these job sites. Use keyword-rich content aligned to the job description. Proofread multiple times, reading backwards. So again, this is a very important strategy. If you have to make sure that your resume is fully not having any mistakes, you have to read it a couple of times. And a very good practice is that when you start reading the words back, you save as a PDF unless asked otherwise. Okay. So generally, a good practice is that you save your resume as a PDF, but when it's an ATS one, then you have to save it as .docx. Keep it simple, easy, clean, and very visibly to be read. Text spellings, grammatical errors, and typos. In UAE, most of the jobs, if they ask for a UE driving license, please mention that. Especially the sales job, they need a lot of experience in driving. So you can mention that. Photos. Again, in UAE, we do not, it's not expected that you put a photo there unless and until it's an industry specific job. For example, a frontline job or a customer facing job wherein they have asked for your photo. But the good practice is not to put your photo there. Language proficiency, if you know Arabic, even an intermediate level, advanced level, whatever level you are doing, you can put that because knowing Arabic or being a bilingual is always a bonus. IELTS score, TOEFL score, any international certifications should go into the resume. Salary expectations should go if requested in job description. If it's not requested, don't add it. Include nationality and the visa status, that is golden resident or the visit visa status. All right, so that was the do's, a couple of don'ts, okay, which we come across and we feel bad because the resume gets rejected. Don't use fancy Canva templates with columns because ATS doesn't pass them. Don't use more than 3 pages. Again, it becomes very boring for us to go through the entire thing. Don't list references on the resume. If we need references, we will definitely ask you for that through email. Don't add objective that starts with I am looking for. Okay. Be very smart in your resume. You seek a job, but you don't show helplessness over a resume. You have to make your resume so strong that the person or the company seeks you. Don't leave employment gaps without any explanation. Don't write responsible for. Again, it is a very, I can say a buzzword. Get rid of that, use power verbs. Don't add interest in hobbies unless and until it's relevant. Don't spray and pray. This is a very common formula which we use. Like you're spraying it everywhere and you pray that your resume gets shortlisted. You have to be more intentional when you are applying for jobs. Don't use a generic resume. Don't list irrelevant experiences or skills. Don't use fluffy buzzwords, cliches, incorrect use of pronouns. A couple of examples: team player, result-oriented. Now everybody is result-oriented, right? So avoid these buzzwords. They are not needed in the resume anymore. Don't write long paragraphs. Don't include personal info, age, gender, marital status, etc. No need to inform the HR about that. And don't lie on your resume. It's very important because people fake up sometimes such weird things, and if they get shortlisted during the interview, we easily make it out. So it's very important to stay honest on the resume. All right. So these are a couple of don'ts. And coming to the next resume hack. Okay. So this is the power of professional summary, because as I told you, it goes as a F, and that is why I'm giving you a formula. You can write down this formula on how to create your professional summary. So it's role speciality. What is your role? Plus years of experience, plus what has been your top achievement, plus what is the value you're bringing to the employer. A simple 4-pointer professional summary. And here I will show you a couple of examples which you can follow. So before, a generic one is, I'm an experienced HR professional with a background in recruitment and employee relations. I have worked in several companies and I'm looking for a new opportunity where I can use my skills and grow professionally. Seems decent enough, right? But it didn't get selected. Which one got selected? Strategic HR leader with 22 years of experience driving talent acquisition across UAE's, you can say, oil and gas sector. Reduce time to hire by 40% at company name, you can put the company name, and cut recruitment costs by AED 1.2 million annually through data-led workforce planning. Passionate about building high-performance cultures, bringing that impact to your team. So you see how beautifully the before version has reframed to such a powerful professional summary. Which one will make you stand out, right? The second one, the one in green. So that is why it's very important to craft your professional summary very smartly. Now, I want to also share with you some of the action power verbs which really stand out. And these are, you can write it down, you can take a screenshot. What are these power words? Whenever you're writing your professional summary, use these words. Whenever you are putting your experience under each bullet point, start with any of these power verbs, okay? Accelerated, spearheaded, implemented, analyzed, optimized, led, transformed, improved, delivered, mentored, streamlined, negotiated, increased, generated, scaled, managed, developed, launched, transformed, grew, etc. So instead of using those cliche action verbs, which are really outdated now, ensured, responsible for, no, you need to transform your resume. Okay, so use these action power verbs, and then you can use it with the results in metrics in some kind of number. Okay, good to go, clear? This is very important. This is a very important slide because I want all of you to understand the importance of a very professional summary and the action verbs. Thank you. Okay, so achievements. How do you write the achievements? And here I am sharing a very powerful formula again. This is called the PAR formula. And how does it work? P stands for problem. That is the challenge or the situation you faced. What is the action? What specific action did you take? And R stands for result. What measurable outcome did you deliver? So a small formula, but it comprehends the entire journey in your experience. So how can you write it down? What is the rule of thumb? Weak statement would be responsible for managing a team and improving sales performance. Strong would be led a 12% sales team to exceed AD 8 million annual target by 23%, ranking number 1 regionally for Q3 2024. So you see how it is shifting, how beautifully it is converting a simple statement into a powerful achievement-oriented statement. The second one, handle customer complaints and help improve satisfaction. Redesigned complaint resolution workflow, reducing average handling time from 72 hours to 18 hours, lifting net promoter scale from 34 to 67. So here again, we are putting matrix to it. So this achievement formula of PAR, problem, action, results, please keep this here and apply it when you are framing your experiences. All right. We have a couple of lines. I don't know where are these coming from. So let us go ahead with LinkedIn Mastery. Before I proceed for LinkedIn Mastery, I hope things are clear on Resume Mastery. These are certain basic highlights which are coming from my personal experience. And I wanted to share with all of you because, yes, I want all of your resumes to get selected wherever you're applying. Perfect. Thank you so much. Let's proceed to the second part of our section, that is LinkedIn Mastery. LinkedIn Mastery is all-star profile status. Okay, that means that you have to fill up all the headings, the About Me section, your photo in your LinkedIn. It's a social selling index. Your resume is just one person. It's going to a recruiter, it's going to the hiring manager, it's going to one company. But what is your LinkedIn doing? It's creating your social ecosystem. Okay. And I will tell you in the next slide why it is very important to build up your LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn algorithm, because if you have active profile, LinkedIn algorithm will always keep you up. It will help your resume or it will help your profile to surface and more visible to the recruiter. So let me tell you why LinkedIn profile is very important in UAE. Because UAE, from my own practical experience, it has a multicultural, high trust, referral based job market. And I'm sure most of you must have witnessed or experienced this. If you have good relations, good contacts, good network, you have a high chance to get selected in the companies, even where you have not applied. So it's a high trust environment. Many senior UAE roles are never publicly advertised. That is why we are doing headhunting. We have just got reference and then we contact those people to get hired. They are filled through relationships which are built on LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is how you build a warm network, your safety net, your referral engine, and your shortcut past the ATS. So when you are getting through LinkedIn, of course, you're not going through that ATS scanning system, right? So you stand at a better chance to get hired in a good company. So that is why LinkedIn profile is very important and it goes hand in hand with your resume. So a couple of facts about LinkedIn again. Let's have a quick Q&A and let me see how much are you understanding. So the first one is percentage of recruiters globally who use LinkedIn in hiring in UAE and GCC. How many percentage? Let me know. Fill in the answers.
Jerry said 99. Jomar said 90. Jomar said 95. Jay said 90. Some said 70 and 75.
Okay, the ones who said 70, 75 are pretty close. Good. 72. Okay. The second one, more profile views for members with a professional photo. If your LinkedIn profile has a professional photo, how many more profile views you will get? How many times?
65% for Jomar,
Okay.
85% for Jerry, and 70 for Sunny.
Okay. It is 21 times more profile views for members with a professional photo. And it's a big number, trust me. If your profile photo is not there, if you're not putting a face behind your whole profile, it doesn't add much sense. Okay. The third one, more email messages received by members with complete profiles. How many more email messages a person gets if he has a complete profile?
Let's see. Jomar said 30 times. Susan said 85. Vikrant
Okay.
said 75. Oh,
Okay.
36.
36
Oh,
times.
Jomar knows it.
Yes, that's what I say. He saw my presentation before. And the last one, the professional platform used by hiring managers across UAE, KSA, and GCC. Let us see this number. It's the number one platform. So do I need to say now that how much important for you it is to stay in UAE or GCC and be active on your LinkedIn? Okay, so again, I did some good work for you. I tried to, prepare a sort of snapshot wherein you have the key features, how your profile will look into LinkedIn. I'm sure most of you have an idea, but still, let me go through it quickly. Here it is your photo, okay, 400 by 400 pixels. Here you have banner, which is the cover photo. And this I'm telling you because these are the highlights which you have to fill. Your first name, your last name. Professional headline is very important again, okay, here. Open to work, connect, message. About me section where you write about yourself in I format. Don't put it into he or she format. It's about your story. You have to speak it for yourself. So use I, first person. Experiences, job title, full time. And here you are free to use all your job experiences and number of companies you have moved. Please put everything. Whatever you have done there, at least 3 to 5 key achievements there, put it into job experiences. Then you come to your skills, which are the hard skills or the soft skills, which you have gained, put those. Education, put those. Licenses and certifications, put those. Okay, so these are the key things. You don't have to do a lot of work if you are beginning with LinkedIn. Please, you're requested to update all these kind of things. From tonight till 7 days, I'm giving you time to start working on your LinkedIn. Okay, so this is the snapshot. Crafting a magnetic headline. Again, I'm telling you the formula. Keep this into your mind. It is just for 220 characters. Okay, so what is the formula? You put your title, you put the unique value proposition you will bring, what is the industry specialty you're working for, and open to hiring or helping. So let me show you some examples. How does this work? For example, you are in a finance role. A weak headline will be finance manager at XYZ company in UAE. A strong profile would be a finance manager driving AED 50 millions plus profit and loss across GCC FMCG. You put the industry. CPA, open to CFO roles in Dubai. Sales, sorry, sales. Sales professional looking for opportunities. A strong headline, B2B sales leader, consistently 120% plus quota. SaaS and tech helping companies scale in UAE. HR, human resources manager, experienced professional. HR director, building people first cultures, 12 years UAE and MENA experience. Talent and organizational development expert. So you see how is the shift from just a simple statement to how powerful the headline becomes. And this is all about you, how creative you can in putting up your headline and being visible to the recruiter. Okay, so the 5-point formula here I have for you. And again, this is very, very meaningful. The photo plus the banner. So when you are putting your photo, it's a very good idea to look at the camera, put a little bit of smile, stand in this posture, okay, so that a bit of your torso comes, okay. And then a background can be a neutral color. A gray color is the best, okay. So you have a profile photo which goes there. The banner at the back, please put some banner. Don't leave it blank. It can be as per your industry, whatever you are doing. So you can add it from Canva very easily. You can put your role, your city, your value statement, something which you believe in. So it becomes very easy to put your photo and banner. And that is the first tracking point which I get when I get to see your profile. Okay. The second very important point is your headline, which we just discussed. Use the same formula of putting the headline. About section is again very important. Write in first person. Start with a bold hook or result. It's a result or a question. So it's your own story. We as Toastmasters, we love to tell our stories, right? To craft an interesting story about yourself in the about section. Who you are, what you deliver, what you seek, and end with a CTA, call to action. Experience plus skills, again, these are very important. And all these are very high impact value to your profile. So experience, use bullet points with STAR format. STAR is standing for situation, task, action, result. So you can use the action verbs, which we just discussed. You can put a metric result for each job and try to match your resume language. Okay, try to align your resume language, the standard one, with your LinkedIn profile. Skills, it's very important to add relevant skills to your profile. You can ask your colleagues to endorse you for your skills and you do it for others. So every time a colleague endorses you for a skill, it's a good addition to your LinkedIn profile. And then activity plus creator. So you have updated your LinkedIn profile now. Many of the, I should say my clients, they're scared of updating their LinkedIn profile. They feel that their employer would not like it or their hiring manager would not like it. But if you're currently working and if you prove yourself as a thought leader in whatever you are doing currently, what is the harm? And it doesn't have to be very regular. Once in a while, once in a month, if you're putting your thoughts, if you're putting something about what you have learned from your current job, right? You can definitely stand out as a thought leader in your industry. And I'm sure people will, from your company, will be expecting that. So 2 to 3 times a week. If it's a bit aggressive for you, then at least a month. Be active on your LinkedIn. Okay, because consistent engagement will lift up your algorithm in LinkedIn. So these are the 5 points for you to build up your LinkedIn profile. How will you leverage it? Again, a few key points. Open to work. Now, many people have asked me, how do we put the open to work banner? Don't show it to anybody except the recruiters. LinkedIn gives you this option that you can open it only for recruiters. Give it to them. Endorsements and recommendations. Please endorse skills and ask for written recommendations from your previous employers, from your previous colleagues, Recommendation is of high value and the recruiter reads through it. Network, first degree versus second degree connections. Why 500 plus matters? Please go through your LinkedIn profiles and let me know how many connections you're having. It's very important to have 500 plus connections because this shows that you are continuously engaging, you're collaborating, you're talking, you are being visible, you are networking. So work on these connections. First, you build up your first degree connections, then you connect to the second degree connections. Okay, so networking is very important. LinkedIn URL. LinkedIn gives you a URL when you create your LinkedIn profile. You can change it with your name. Okay, linkedin.com in, and then you put your name. So it's very important to create that and then put the same links in your resume so that when the recruiter clicks on it, it will directly link that to the LinkedIn profile. And then LinkedIn Premium plus LinkedIn Learning. If you are on a job search journey correctly, get the LinkedIn Premium for just 1 to 2 months as a trial. It will really help you because whenever you're applying, you will come to know which industry people are looking for you, which company has downloaded your resume, and it will give you a lot of option in LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is free, but when it comes with LinkedIn Premium, it gives you a lot of certifications. You can do those certifications. You can upload the certificates in your profile when you are doing these kind of certifications, okay, as per your work nature. So these kind of things will help you leverage your LinkedIn. Strategic networking. Now we know that LinkedIn is a social selling index for us, right? So what are the tactics that actually work? You have to target 10 to 15 recruiters because you're on an active job search journey. You have to comment before you connect. Immediately, you cannot say, oh, I'm looking for a job and this is my resume. Please don't do so. We get thousands of resumes like this. Connect. Try to connect with the recruiters of those companies which you are interested in. Comment on their posts. Try to build up a connection and then you ask for that kind of favor which you are looking for. The alumni network, go to your university friends, go to your school friends, build a network through them. The value post inbound play. This means that you are becoming a thought leader in your industry. You are putting up nice posts, which really create your own personal brand. And then informational interviews. This is a really nice trend that's going on. If people are from your own industry, I'm getting a lot of calls from HR people. They don't want to look for a job. They just want to interview me for 30 to 45 minutes to seek my experience into a particular domain of HR. And this way we are building up connections. So it can be over a weekend, we can share thoughts, we can share ideas. So it's a beautiful concept we can also apply. Okay, so these 5 tactics can actually work. And then a very beautiful template I have written for you, how you can build connection. The message, in-mail message, hi, whatever the name is, I came across your work at this company and was genuinely impressed by specific project, past achievement. Speak about that person's achievement. I am at your role with experience in this area, currently exploring opportunities in this. I would love to connect and learn from your journey. No agenda, just mutual value. Thank you. So these kind of templates you can tweak from ChatGPT, from Claude very easily, and you can send a message to the person with whom you are interested to network. Okay, so a couple of strategies in networking. LinkedIn don'ts and LinkedIn do's. Okay, so what are the LinkedIn don'ts? Leave headlines as just job title company. And most of us are very comfortable doing that. Whatever role we have in a particular company, I was also doing the same thing. So I would just leave with the job title and which company, but do a role, value proposition, specialty, and call to action. Transform that. Write the about section in third person, she, he. Okay, write about it in first person. I am responsible. I am doing this. Okay, so it has to be in first person. Connect with no personalized message. You send connections to so many, but there's no personalized message behind that. Personalize every connection with a request sent. Post nothing, invisible, irrelevant. You're just not visible because you're not posting anything. Post 2 to 3 times per week, become a thought leader, share your insights and wins. List every duty instead of achievements. Instead, you have to mirror your resume language in experience. Okay. Ignore recruiter messages for 48 plus hours. You don't immediately reply to the recruiter messages. No. Recruiters love speed, and that is why please try to, reply to their messages within 24 hours. Use a blurry or unprofessional photo. Somebody going for a picnic, somebody in a park. No, that is not acceptable. Use a very professional smart photo because again, we learned that it increases your profile view by 21 times. All right, so here comes the third and the most important part after going through that resume mastery and LinkedIn mastery. Okay, slides. This is the, sorry, yeah. So please, now I want you to take a screenshot of this. The first day you have to do is resume audit. Rewrite summary with the PAR formula. Remove all generic duties. Add 3 quantifiable achievements. The second day you have to do is to make it ATS approved. Run resume through jobscan.co. Mirror JD keywords. Check formatting the ATS compliance. See how much percentage it is ATS compliant. The third one, LinkedIn photo. Get a good photo. Day 4, about section. Write your LinkedIn about in first person, hook story CTA under 300 words. Day 5, connect with 10 personalized connection requests. Day 6, your first post goes. Share with me the link if you are posting it. And day 7, apply to 5 tailored roles, not generic ones, please. Okay, use the PAR resume, follow up on the LinkedIn with the hiring manager. So you have to print this plan, tick each box. Your next opportunity starts now. So this is your 7-day action plan. Everybody has taken a screenshot of this, right? Give me a thumbs up if you have taken a screenshot. Wonderful. Great. All right. So towards the end, I would like to say that again with my photo that your resume takeoff journey, your LinkedIn takeoff journey is almost there. Your runway is clear. It's time to take off, get noticed, get hired. Thank you so much, everyone. And here's a brief. If you want to connect with me, you can send me an email. I have my LinkedIn profile here. I have my Insta ID. My YouTube ID is there. And most importantly, I want you to connect with somebody so special, Toastmaster Angelo Jello Ferrer. He's a UAE-based professional event host and events master. He's the face behind his brand Jello and the mic. He has collaborated with leading names such as Emirates NBD, Aldar, Emar, Fab, Coca-Cola, Max Fashion, Pirelli, Circo, and Munich Re, delivering high-impact, engaging experiences. I can vouch for that. He is absolutely amazing. Beyond the stage, he is a public speaker, trainer, and active community volunteer and leader, passionate about connecting, inspiring, and elevating every audience he engages. Follow him on his Facebook profile and his Instagram profile. So, Toastmaster Angelo, it was really wonderful knowing so much more about you. And yes, my dear audience, this is the way we want to know about your voices, your opinion matters, how we did during this workshop. Okay, you can scan this, you can give your honest feedback. Be brutally honest. We want to improve. Okay. And yes, that brings me to the end of my presentation. I will leave it over here so that you can see and you can give your feedback. And back to you, Toastmaster Angelo. Thank you so much.
Wow. I think that was just 5 minutes, but that was 15 minutes or more. But that was absolutely a powerful session. Let us show our appreciation by hitting heart. Let's show our love to our incredible speaker and trainer, Toastmaster Razia. Everyone, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I usually try to summarize everything, but it's going to be very difficult. But it was clear, it was concise, insightful, relatable, especially because it's timely. Some of us are actually looking for a job now, lost job. So thank you very much for that. It was truly impactful. And just to quickly summarize everything that you said with the millions of points that you have given us, I really like the perspective that you've given us for the interesting points in the perspective of a recruiter, in the perspective of someone looking at the resume or CV. Amazing tips and tricks. That was multiple from every slide. Very, very chunky, I would say. I'm gonna use your word chunky. It's all amazing. And yes, actually, I wanted to just to say that I learned a lot about the resume, the CV, how you utilize your LinkedIn, how to present yourself, and how to maximize your own branding. And with that, we now open the floor for our Q&A session. I'll be calling on raised hands. You may also drop your questions in the chat, or you can see the triple at the bottom of your screen. You can see more. You can put your questions using the Q&A, and we will be trying to answer all of you guys. But for now, okay, wait one sec. I'm actually not seeing who is this. Okay. Toastmaster Razia, you want to say something?
No, I don't know why my hand is raised. I am not able to make it. Let me try.
That's the wonder of Zoom, by the way. So now, as I open our Q&A session, I will be getting from the raised hands, and also you can use the chat box, also the Q&A facility or feature of this Zoom through the more. You can click the Q&A and it will give you the screen for Q&A session. So anyone, please. Okay.
I'll stop sharing the slides. Yeah.
So anyone? Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Maria, because I'm not seeing everyone, by the way. Okay, let me give, someone very familiar. Toastmaster, by the way, if you don't mind, I would encourage everyone to please open your camera. And also, if you don't mind, also try to use our official background. I'm gonna share it now on the chat. Okay, let me just share it before we start the session. And we need to make it quick a little because our timer is giving me a warning already. So we'll start with Toastmaster Rahul. Toastmaster Rahul, welcome and thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Angelo and Toastmaster Razia, for fantastic explanation about, especially thank you for the Toastmaster Razia Khatoon for explaining about optimizing LinkedIn and how to build CV and how to make ATS friendly CV. My very small question is, once we modify our CV and the points which she mentioned during her presentation, if we implement all those points in our CV, how we can be ensure that our CV is ATS friendly now? Is there any tool where we can upload CV and we can find out these points are still missing and our CV is not ATS friendly?
Very good question. And as I told you, it's jobscan.co, one of the tools which you can put your resume in. Again, don't say call it a CV, because again, as a corporate professional, we use the terminology resume, and that is more preferred. So once you have done all the modifications, take it to that tool, upload it. It will give you the friendliness, ATS friendliness over so many different parameters. And it will give you also where you need to correct. It will highlight this is the action verb, this is a metric that is missing. Okay, so use those tools.
Oh, perfect.
.co, yes. Jobscan.co, yes.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. I would like to get before entertaining our questions on raised hands, I would like to probably give this opportunity to be heard as well on our chat. There's a question from Pushpa. First of all, she's saying thank you for such a wonderful, informative session. Her query is, if a person has lots of career gap, how to show it on resume and LinkedIn so that recruiters still give you a chance?
First of all, Pushpa, this is a very valid question coming from a woman, because we women, we have a number of career gaps due to the n number of responsibilities we have to handle. And as hiring managers, as head of HRs, we are very comfortable knowing the story behind that woman. It may be a family responsibility, it may be a maternity leave, it may be childcare, so many n number of reasons, right? So whenever there is a career gap, okay, show it with certifications which you did. Show it as a part of your learning journey, right? We understand that there will be a career gap, and when you are being interviewed, yeah, we know your story. But when it comes to resume, show a couple of courses which you have done during that particular time. Okay, so show you have to reflect how much you have learned, how much you have transformed. It can be a real story, it can be a number of courses. So again, reflect that. Though you may not be working there, but at the same time, show through a good learning and transformation experience. That's the best way. And it really helps.
That's a very good point, actually. That's very interesting to help everyone, especially the women,
Exactly.
our moms, our aunts, our sisters. All right, so let's continue. Thank you very much. Pushpa and Team Razia. But we have another question. I'm gonna entertain two more questions, I think. On top of our screen, I'm seeing Vikrant, Toastmaster Vikrant.
Good evening, and thank you so much, Toastmaster Razia, for such an enlightening session. In fact, today I came to know that there's a difference between CV and resume. Thank you for that. And there comes the query. If the recruiter is asked for CV, does it imply that is asking for a detailed document, or should we always give a very brief document spanning only 2 pages?
Yes.
Because most of the time I've seen that these words are invariably used, if I'm not mistaken.
These are invariably used and will be kept on being used, but that's why I'm sharing your HR insider stories, because resume is a professional term to be used. And even if it's a CV they are asking for, they mean it a resume only. So don't go beyond 2 to 3 pages. If you have 15, 20 years of experience, then it makes sense to 3 pages, but just comprehend it within 1 to 2 pages. That's the maximum with your key highlights.
Thank you so much. And kudos to our moderator, Toastmaster Angelo. Great job done.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Vikrant. And okay, I would like to pull up one question from the Q&A box we have here. From Toastmaster Ivy, my role is mainly administrative support, and I find it challenging to develop metrics. How do you suggest measuring performance in support roles?
Oh, you are in HR or which? I wanted to know exactly which role she is doing.
I think administrative support.
Administrative support, then Toastmaster Ivy?
Yeah.
Toastmaster Ivy, since now you know about metrics, right? You have a very good artificial intelligence tool that is ChatGPT. Put your work nature there, put your administrative core functions which you are currently doing, and then ask it to derive the key KPIs related to it. Okay, I'm sure your company must also be having those goals and objectives with your targets and the percentage which they expect from you. That would help because our company has individual performance objectives with the targets, with the percentage to every role or every goal we have to accomplish. That will help. Otherwise, go to ChatGPT, put your current roles and responsibilities completely, and then it will help you to get the KPIs extracted from there, right? So again, use the PAR formula. It has to be a problem, it has to be action, it has to be a result, and then it has to be a matrix which you have to achieve. Okay.
Wow.
Percentage, dirhams, savings, anything, operational efficiency, improvements, you can apply.
Great. Thank you, Toastmaster Razia. And thank you very much, TMIV, for your question. The last question will be coming from Toastmaster Hania.
Firstly, thank you so much to both the moderator and mainly Toastmaster Razia Khatoon. Because for me, I'll be graduating in 2 months. So I'll be literally entering fresh into the job market. And for me as a student, this session was just really, really, really helpful. So thank you so much for that. But my question is, in terms of my resume and in terms of the experience, you said that we had to have experience. And for me, the maximum experience that I have until now is a 4-month internship. That's all that I've done. So what else can I add in terms of my experience? Because I don't have anything else relating to my specific career field. I have generic experience. So can I enter that? Or like, do I enter, like in terms of experience, can I talk about what I've worked in? Because I've worked on actually projects relating to my courses. So can I enter that as my experience?
Of course you can. I am training a lot of IITians from India, and what I'm advising them to get their core projects which they are working on, first year, second year, third year, fourth year, whatever projects they have worked on, whatever projects they have led. Maybe it's a team, maybe it's an individual project. Put those into your projects. Put certifications, whatever you have done. Ania, young graduates have a lot of creativity in their resume. Put those things. You are a self-leader, right? If you have held any leadership role in the school, put that. In the university, what leadership role you had, put that. Projects, put those. Okay? Certifications. So sit down with yourself, brainstorm everything which you have done. And I'm sure you will get a one-pager, just a one-pager resume for you. Mind it, put the skills there, and it will be a brilliant showcase of your talent, what you have gained in the university. I'm sure. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank
Welcome.
you.
I hate to cut the Q&A short, but thank you everyone for the shared thoughtful questions. If you didn't have a chance to ask, feel free to drop your questions in the chat or in the Q&A box. We'll gather them and respond to you directly. By the way, let me just remind you that your voice matters. We would like to hear from you. So I just pasted the survey for our improvement, and also we'd love to hear from you. And before we move on to the last part of our program, I would like to request for a few more minutes for a special moment. Next month marks the most anticipated events in Toastmasters, the annual conference, bringing together the Toastmasters from Oman, Jordan, Palestine, and Abu Dhabi for a truly momentous gathering. To tell us more, please join me in giving a warm virtual applause to our special guest, the DTAC Secretary, Toastmaster, or this distinguished Toastmaster, Sahana Praveen Bandari.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Angelo. Is my screen visible to all of you?
It is now.
So we are at 11 days to go. I don't think I need to be talking too much about DTAC because it is our event and we all know what's happening. Yet, if you haven't registered still, let me give you a brief of why you should and why you should make sure that on the 8th, 9th, and 10th of May 2026, you are here in Abu Dhabi with all of us at Novotel. Instead of me, we have somebody to do this for us.
International President. You have a wonderful opportunity. You've got DTAC 2026 happening in Abu Dhabi from the 8th to the 10th of May. I hope you've registered. If not, I hope you're going to register soon. You're going to learn so much. You're going to meet so many people and you're going to be inspired.
No, it's just reflection. I signed the picture.
So that is the international president inviting all of you to DTAC 2026 in Abu Dhabi. As all of you know, DTAC is the next step to to today's session. It is networking in person. We, like our MC, Mr. Jello, rightly mentioned, we will be having Toastmasters coming from Oman, Jordan, Palestine, and here in Abu Dhabi. We will have people from all different walks of life walking into this conference. This is your opportunity to network in person, to watch world-class speakers, world champion speakers, division champions, and also celebrate all the growth and the achievement that we have had over the last year together. Here is the high-level agenda. On the first day of DTAC, we will be having the Arabic contests, that is the humorous table topics and evaluation speech contest, which will be followed by the District Achievement Awards and the gala dinner. On day 2, we will be having the English contests, again the same 3, humorous table topics and evaluation speech contest, followed by one of the keynote speeches. On day 3, we will have the international speech contests for both Arabic as well as English, followed by the keynote speaker the curtain raiser for DTAC 2027, and of course, the results from all the contests. Where is it happening? Novotel Abu Dhabi. Who are our keynote speakers? We have the world champion of public speaking, Toastmaster Mohammad Katani, as well as a very popular influencer, Mr. Ali Al Saloom, joining us as keynote speakers.
Fellow Toastmasters of District 105, this is Mohammad Katani, the world champion public speaking 2015. I am honored and privileged to be the keynote speaker for your district conference this May from the 8th to the 10th in Abu Dhabi. I promise you, this will be an event that you do not want to miss. So come, join us, and let's make a memorable time.
This time, we're also trying something very new at DTAC. For the very first time, we're going to be having the Arabic contests and the English contests in the same grand hall. We're going to make sure that everybody is able to witness and benefit from the stories that our speakers share in different languages. How are we doing it? With the help of AI. We are going to have real-time AI translations happening. This will help all of us English speakers listen and understand the Arabic stories. I've heard they have very strong and powerful stories, and this is something we wouldn't want to miss at all. We have had 3 people invite all of you today: me, the international president, as well as the world champion public speaker. I'm sure that is enough and more reason for all of you to join us. The Falcon tier registration is open right now. It is going on 675 dirhams for single tickets and 625 dirhams for bulk group tickets, which is if you form a group of 10 people. Let's make DTAC 2026 a story of resilience, togetherness, and hope. And I'm looking forward for all of you being part of this amazing story. Here is the code, the QR code that you can scan to be a part of the group and follow all our social media pages. Looking forward to meeting you all in person very, very soon. Over to you, moderator Toastmaster Jello.
Distinguished Toastmaster Shana, thank you very much. That was very insightful and exciting. Myself is so excited as well. And I hope, fellow Toastmasters, you registered already. What are you waiting for? Let's go. And for those who doesn't know anything about the DTAC, for those guests that we haven't included in our Toastmaster family, you are welcome. Just give us a message. We will answer all your questions. Thank you very much. Once again, distinguished Toastmaster Shahana. Meantime, to express our appreciation to each and every one of you, here is the immediate past president of the Professional Toastmasters, PR manager, or former PR manager, and the awesome mind behind this awesome initiative. Welcome, Toastmaster Maria, for a vote of thanks.
Thank you very much to our very energetic moderator. Appreciate your introduction. And without further ado, first of all, I would like to thank everyone for attending this session. This is a really meaningful session, not just for me, but for everyone in the team, because this just a brief context how this was formed. It was just a 8-day preparation, and we are really, really very blessed that we have you all here, and hopefully you have received valuable information and insights from our HR expert, which behind every meaningful session will have a passionate team that I will call Meraki. Meraki is a word that I got from this person. I learned this word Meraki from her, and it means a Greek word that means passion, purpose, service, love, heart, in what you do. And the team for that 8 working days that we've done this are all driven by Meraki. And let me introduce and give this certificate of appreciation to our one and only Toastmaster Razia Khatoon, our HR expert and executive career coach. Toastmaster Razia, our area director, may we kindly receive our appreciation of thanks for just immediately accepting it without hesitation. Just a story, I just messaged her on a Saturday morning and requested her if she could kindly be our speaker. And I was like so sad because she has not responded immediately because it's a weekend. I understood. But when she responded, I was like praying, God, tell me if this is a sign to proceed with this because of the time. And when she said, without hesitation, a big yes, let's do it, I actually cried. So, Toastmaster Razia, thank you very much for the valuable insights and skills, knowledge that you have shared to everyone.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And also, this would not happen without a team who is also passionate, that we share our passion to serve as well. And he actually is a very, very, very special friend of mine. Our energetic moderator and our PR. He's the creative of all the social media posting and design and the background. So let us all give our virtual applause to our oh wait, sorry. Why is that happening? Okay. To Toastmaster Jello. Toastmaster Jello. Please, sorry. Toastmaster Jello, thank you very much, as well as like Toastmaster Razia. Toastmaster Jello also just immediately accepted, yes, we can do this. And I love that energy. Toastmaster Jello, really, I appreciate you. Forever grateful for every one of you. And of course, this lady I always bother. We both have this passion to serve. We've been talking about this for a long time. And because of that passion, the Meraki, we actually were able to do this together. And she is the person, Toastmaster Emily. Thank you so much. She is the person behind all the Google Forms, the surveys, the emails. And just a brief story, when we finished our first meeting, they have started working already like 12 in midnight to do the Google Form, the design and all that, so we can roll it out. So thank you very much, Toastmaster Emily. And of course, this could not happen and reach the Toastmasters community on a wider audience without our support from our mentor, our guide. Thank you, TM Ram, if you're still there. A heartfelt gratitude to you. Without your support, your guidance, we could have not done it as well. So thank you, Team Merch. We call it Team Merch because it's Maria, Emily, AD Razia, DTM Ram, and Toastmaster Jello. Thank you very much, and over to you, Toastmaster Jello.
Wow. Okay. Before I let everyone go and say my personal thank you, we are losing participants now. May I request everybody to please turn on your cameras because we will have a quick photo opportunity for everyone, if you don't mind. Just for souvenir. So we would like to see your beautiful faces, your handsome faces. Toastmaster Emily, Toastmaster Maria, please do the honors.
I'll do it. So
clicking that button.
Bring out that beautiful smile.
Okay, in 3. Come on.
And 3, 2, 1.